Hello there, harness racing fans, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. Along with Heather Moffat, I'm Steve Ross. And boy, was there a great race. Not only the Ben Franklin Limbs on Sunday, but there was a great race. It was Sunday's 9th. Normally the feature, a $70,000 open, but on this day, it had to take sort of a back seat to the Ben Franklin Limbs. But nonetheless, it was a great race. And with all that, here's Heather.
All right, and here, check out number 4, Whisky Pete. He's the richest in the field so far this year, going into this race with 210 grand.
Are you drunk?
No, Whisky Pete. Okay, I got that joke.
Oh,
wow.
yeah, you're getting good.
Yay for me. Okay, the 6 Mac Raider. 2 words for you, Georgie Nap. Okay, although I don't really know if nap's a word, but we're going to go with it anyway. And the 7 Dial or No Dial, he's the most lately raced so far this year in this group.
6.5 from tip to tail, the half 55-1. They straighten away for their journey up the backstretch, and Mac Raider maintains a 1.5 advantage on Silent Swing. Whisky Pete's grinding it out uncovered. He's now a 1.75 from the lead. Transcending is locked in from 4th. Andy Rue is at his flank with 3.5 to make up. Next are Blue Ridge Western and Dial or No Dial, both 4.5 off the pace, and European Union is 6 lengths behind Mac Raider past 3/4 in 1:23 flat. 3/16 to go. Mac Raider leads by a diminishing neck. Whisky Pete ratchets up the pressure facing the breeze. Silent Swing will await the open stretch. Andy Rue is cut loose 3 wide. Dial or No Dial will be carried 4 wide at the 8th pole, and Mac Raider is clinging to a narrow lead, set down for the drive. Whisky Pete's trying to chase him home. Whisky Pete now takes over.
Whisky Pete redeems himself after being the beaten favorite last time out. Now this time out, he rolls on to win by 150-1. Dial or No Dial. Turn on the jets in that last quarter. Comes home in 26-3. Very nice. And Mac Raider was 3rd, but he was like a really impressive, did the work on the front 3rd.
Okay. In Sunday's 11th, the 2nd limb of the Ben Franklin, and it was number 2, Won the West, who came back in a big way, fresh off the romp in the $100,000 Mohawk Gold Cup, was 4-5 and odds on for Dave Miller. Number 6, Giddy Up Lucky and Eric Adele was 5-2, and number 3, Vintage Master was 9-2 with Dan Dubé. And with a call, here's James.
Better Sweet drives on to push the pace. Better Sweet has good momentum and takes the lead from Pangiorno moving into the first turn. Better Sweet clears with a 1.5 advantage. Pangiorno holds pocket position. Won the West is off the cones from 3rd. From this top trio, it's 3 lengths back to Vintage Master and unhurried 4th. He inches just a bit closer. He's now 4 from the lead. Then comes a Tokia, followed by a Hypnotic Blue Chip, and the back marker is Giddy Up Lucky. He's 8.5 lengths off the leaders, past a 26-3 first quarter, and Won the West pushes past Better Sweet to take charge. Won the West, the 4-5 favorites, a 1.75 in front with 1 circuit to go. Better Sweet yielded in 2nd. Pangiorno is 3rd. Vintage Master will have to go at first over. He's gained to within 3 lengths of the lead. Atokia tracks cover into the bridge turn. Hypnotic Blue Chip is locked in, 4.5 off the lead, and Giddy Up Lucky angles 3rd over from last. He's got 5.5 to make up on Won the West through a 55.5 mile. They straighten away up the backstretch in pursuit of Won the West. A length in front of the first over, Vintage Master. Better Sweet's locked in the box. Atokia's in a good striking spot from 2nd over. He's got pretty good cover with 5/16 to go. Pangiorno's locked in 3 from the front. Giddy Up Lucky's at his flank, and Hypnotic Blue Chip's a traffic-troubled last with a 4.5 length deficit behind Won the West, who hit 3/4 in 1:22-1. 3/16 to go. Won the West leads by a diminishing head. Now Vintage Master ratchets up the pressure. Atoki is a length and 3/4 behind his stablemate just wide of Better Sweet, who awaits the open stretch. Off the corner, Won the West, still with a narrow lead, but Vintage Master's laying it all on the line. Better Sweet driven to stay on down the inside, up to the line. Won the West still there. Won the West wins.
Won the West led most of the way before having to hold off a furious late rally by Vintage Master, and that is his way he always
2
races.
of the Ben Franklin
to win
with Won the West.
Number 7, Better Sweet, as tough as they come.
This is a 7-year-old big gelding by Western Hanover.
Well,
out of the Dragon's Lair mare Gabrielle, owned by the Country Club Acres, Stroll and Stable, and William Robinson.
Not much
Ron
in the first
Burke,
4
the winning
starts
trainer.
This year.
David Miller, the winning driver.
Won the West is a 2-time aged pacer of the year, but it seemed like he had a little bit of a slow start getting himself together this year, but he is back now. What's the deal?
Well, it usually takes him a couple starts really to get fit and get back into form, but he did have a problem this year with his feet. He had a bruise and turned into a corn, and then and it was just really irritating him. He never really, the first few couple starts, it was really bugging him, and they finally got that straightened around. They made a shoe-in change on him, and it absolutely took off.
I thought he was so game in the Ben Franklin Elim, like Vintage Masters coming on at the end, but I think if they would have gone around again, Vintage Masters still wouldn't have beat Won the West.
Yeah, he raced very well the other day. I've been a little brave last 2 times and put him on the front, and it's usually not his forte, but he's got the job done. he knows what to do.
The final, you have post 8. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it's not where I wanted to be, but we're going to make the best of it. I figure there's going to be speed in there, and we'll just try to have to get away close as we can and see what happens.
Thanks, Dave. Well, both Ben Franklin Elims went in 149-1, so tomorrow's $500,000 final ought to be a real barn burner. So be here at Harrah's Chester or at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs to, as Cool in the Gang might say, get down on it. You can do it.
Get down on it.
Thank you. All right, when we come back, our handicapper Susan will give you this week's picks. We'll have more from Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, and Sharla McBride will have a feature on Earl Beal. Don't go away.
Hi, they call me Big Seamus. Everybody knows I only like to play my lucky numbers. So when I go to the Downs off-track wagering, I get to bet exactly that with the Exacta. A $2 bet on the Exacta delivers big payouts like this. When it's my night out, I eat big, play big, and I win big.
Downs off-track wagering. Allentown, East Stroudsburg, Carbondale, Hazleton. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cheers.
We believe in life after work.
We believe good times get better in groups. We believe it's not what we do,
but what happens when we're together.
We believe when one of us wins, we all win.
We believe in all-you-can-eat wings.
And fresh hot pizza. We believe the louder you cheer, the faster they run.
We believe that 2's company
and 3's a trifecta.
We believe. We believe.
Horses laugh like children when they run.
We believe in long shots.
We believe that jockeys are giants.
And sulkies are chariots.
We believe it's always post time somewhere.
We believe there's no place like the home stretch.
We believe.
We believe.
We believe. We believe.
We believe that life on the rail is really where it's at.
Horses helping people, people helping horses. At Equilibrium, horses help those with special needs achieve balance in body, mind, and spirit, while Equilibrium's people give retired horses the forever home they deserve. Join in the giving and help spread the joy of equine-assisted activities. Visit www.equi-librium.org to learn more and make a tax-deductible contribution today. Equilibrium, a helping hoof for those in need.